Hey guys, Mark here. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to tie a 5-part 8-bight diamond knot. This knot is basically a combination of a crown knot as well as a Spanish ring knot. After tying the knot, we're also going to upgrade it into a headhunter's knot, so basically in this tutorial you're getting 2 knots for the price of 1. Now I must say that this knot is excellent for practicing knot tying skills as well as patience. It is really an excellent knot and I enjoyed tying it, although I must say that I have retied it several times before I was able to tie it successfully. So do bring some patience along and you should be fine. Now let's get to it. If we take an up-close look at the knot that we're going to tie, we're going to tie this braided knot here at the top with the crown knot in the middle. So let's do it. I'm going to start tying this knot using 8 strands. Usually, this knot would be made on an end of a braid. We're first going to tie a crown knot using 2 strands instead of 1. So we're going to start by picking up 2 strands and placing them counterclockwise over the next 2. Like this. Then take the next 2 of the strands and place them over the 3rd pair. Like this. Then take the 3rd pair and place them over the 4th pair. Like this. Then, using the 4th pair, we're going to travel through the loop created by the 1st pair, then tighten up. At this point, you have the center of the knot made. We're going to continue with the main part, which is making the braided knot around the sides. We're going to start by taking one of the cords and we're going to travel over 2, under 2. Then pull your end towards the top. Then take the next cord in the counterclockwise direction and again travel over 2, under 2. The sequence is always going to be over 2, under 2. Like this. Then take your 3rd cord, again in the counterclockwise direction, and go over 2, under 2. As you can see, I'm pulling the cords that I have used a bit towards the top just to line them up nicely. Take the next cord, again over 2, then under 2. After doing the 4 cords, we're going to need to adjust a bit. So we only have 4 cords remaining. At this point, the next cord is going to travel over 2 and then under 2, but since we only have 1 of these cords remaining, we're going to travel under the 1st loop as well. So this one, which was made by our 1st cord. So again, over 2, under one of the cords, and under the 1st loop. Like this. Then take your 6th cord, which will again go over the 2 cords, And then we're going to need to go under 2 of the loops. So I like to pull my first loop down like this, so it is easier to see where I'm going. And I'm going to go under the first loop and under the second one here. So right next to the crown knot, under the second loop. So over 2, under 2. And again, pull the loops down so that you see where you need to go. Take your 7th cord and go over your remaining cord, then over one more loop, then under 2. Again, pull the loops down a bit so that you can see where you're going. And we're going to continue over 2, under 2, this time traveling over 2 of the loops, then under 2 of the loops. Like this. And with that, you have tied your knot. All you do now is pull on the working ends to tighten it up. Like this. After tightening up the knot, you got a nice looking button knot. It looks especially nice on top of a Matthew Walker knot, which gives it a rose knot look. So if you're planning to make a paracord rose, perhaps for someone special, this is a good knot to do it with. Now, as a bonus, let me show you how to transform this braided knot into a headhunter's knot, which is also very practical. It is quite easy to transform this beauty into a headhunter's knot. Basically, all you do is you take one of the cords, go over 2, then down. So here, for example, if I used this cord, I would go past this one and this one, then go down through the knot and exit here on the bottom. So 1, 2, and down. Then take the next one, again over 2, then down. And again, the next cord over 2, then down. And the next one over 2 and down. And you can see the pattern forming here at the top. Not only it is a great looking pattern, but it also gets your ends down where it is a bit easier to trim and melt them. So let's continue. The last cord is the most tricky, and you need to observe the previous ones to see where you need to place the last one. It's not that hard, but it does take a bit of observation. After you find the spot, simply tuck it under. And you are done. Now, this is not a headhunter's knot because it has this ring here, but because it looks like one here on the sides. So guys, with that we took a look at how to tie two beautiful knots. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and I would like to commend you if you were able to tie both. It takes a bit of skill as well as patience to do this. With that said, thank you for joining me, and I hope you use them well.